To be honest with you, I watched the first 10 minutes and I found it quite depressing. So I had to like take a break and I just watched it again this morning.
This
Did
is
you
Louis
find it a
Theroux
bit?
one.
Yeah, so the Lou through one last night.
Yeah.
Did you find it a bit like, I don't know. It
It
wasn't
is.
like I found his new life depressing, but I couldn't really handle watching. Maybe it was my mental state more than anything. I just couldn't handle watching. I just thought it made me real sad. So I
Well,
just set
yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
definitely. It wasn't uplifting, I wouldn't say.
No. And just like the little stuff where it's like, no way asked him to like, oh, what was in that drink? And he really didn't want to say it was like booze. And it was like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It just felt sad, I thought.
He seemed, I don't know, I assume he was hungover. He seemed quite vulnerable and hungover to me when he was like nearly
Yeah.
crying about stuff and that.
It's quite often like that, though, isn't it? It depends when you get him.
Yeah, I suppose he's always in a state of something or other. 'Cause I don't
I
feel
found,
like he's not sober, is he? Obviously, so
nah,
far
I
from it.
found he's obviously more in control of it, but is he the, when they talk about when he toured with the Libertines and he was like just wanted to get arrested or something that night?
Oh, right, in Paris or something.
Yeah, I don't know how long ago that was. I was more into like when they showed him around his studio and the stuff that he kept. I always like that. I always like that side of him, like even like the older documentaries, you know, like he's just going through all his like tat that he has.
Yeah, it's like borderline comedy, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's great, and it like suitcases just full of like old newspapers. I mean, why has he kept them?
Oh no, the one that says he's banned from London, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Are you proud
Do
of
you,
that?" It's like, "God, yeah, yeah."
do you, do you think he's kept the ones that he's in and thought, I can maybe write something with that, or just kept it for a laugh?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably just kept it for a laugh, hasn't
But it must be like if you're writing stuff and just looking around like for inspiration, I imagine it helps.
he? Yeah, when he's, I mean, I don't know what inspiration you need when you're doing blood paintings, but maybe, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good point.
All a bit weird. I mean, you haven't seen the film, have you?
No,
Stranger in
I haven't
Mercy.
seen it yet.
It's
No,
all a bit odd, like very similar to Theroux. Maybe it's a bit of a weird time because it's from like 2006 onwards.
yeah,
So it gets a bit grim.
yeah. So they don't even like go back to this, like when they started the Libertines and stuff, because
Yeah,
that was a
there's
happier
like
time, wasn't
it's all just archive footage. Like it's not nothing new, but it's
it? Right.
like it's better quality of some of that footage, which is good. But
They always just go to the top of the pops and Jonathan Ross thing.
yeah,
They always go to that one, don't they?
basically, yeah. And then that funny one from Amsterdam where they're talking about how they started and stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, I found the Theroux one a lot more objective, obviously, because his wife did the main film.
Yeah, I didn't know that until earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, so
What point do you think they're trying to make through the documentary?
through the film,
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose it's been like given the tag of recovery and stuff.
Yeah.
And like what someone goes through as an addict, I suppose. But there's just not much around.
The
I already
music.
put this in a YouTube video already, but there's not much around the people it was affecting and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah.
all about him, really.
But they're never going to do that, are they, with that? But I think if you, the point you're trying to make with recovery, I think that's like the main bit, isn't it, that you need to talk about.
Yeah, but it's strange because it stops with them in Thailand, but he relapsed after that apparently and didn't get.
Yeah.
So, but it is interesting to watch. It's just maybe not. I thought the Theroux one was more interesting in terms of covering more ground, being a bit more rounded.
Mm. I like.
So yeah.
I mean, it's mad that they talked about the clip that we've dissected, where they set the NME Awards.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That was funny.
Yeah.
And he couldn't really watch it, could he? I'm not surprised, to be fair.
No, I mean, I could barely watch it and I'm not part of it. Yeah. And he said he didn't rehearse it, did he? I mean, I don't know what to believe there, but because they used to sing along to it, didn't they? He said.
Yeah, well, I reckon he always had it in his mind that he'd like to do it as an acceptance speech or something.
Yeah, true.
But then he's quite interesting when he said he's like, Carl looks quite uncomfortable there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's quite embarrassed. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good.
yeah.
I like he's quite aware of like Carl, how Carl like looks at him as well, doesn't he? Like how he feels about him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, they both are. Yeah,
there's that story about him running off stage because Carl gave him a dirty look once, and just ran into the street, and
I
then
love it.
came back later.
I love it before they knock on his bed, on his hotel door, and he's like, he always checks if I've got a sweet first. That was my favorite bit.
Yeah, he's funny to be fair, but it's like a bit melancholy, isn't it? That's what I'd give it, maybe.
I find it odd that like they both like get emotional about. I mean, I think they're both quite emotional blokes, but when they get asked about when he got kicked out of the band, and they both get, I mean, they must have been asked about that thousands of times before.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite awkward that bit where Theroux's like, "Yeah, good session, guys. Thought we really broke through today." And they're like,
You can tell, like, I don't know. I reckon that was like mid-tour or something, was it? Because they look a bit disheveled.
"Yeah." Although it says that it's just for one-off gig, but
Oh, right, okay. It looks like they
I'm
have to
not
go
sure.
through a lot to get through one gig then.
Yeah, I felt sorry for Pete Doherty when that guy who's like real up for a party came up to him,
Yeah, what's the quote? Someone sent me a screenshot of that earlier, actually.
and he was like, "Oh, I love the sesh like you do," and he's
Yeah.
like, "Right, not sure if that's the right thing to say to Pete
And
Doherty, is it?"
just like basically offering him anything he wants.
It was horrible to
Just come
watch
on,
that.
mate. He says, "Oh yeah, because you're a hardcore sessioner like myself."
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, fair. But then
I
he was,
thought
go on,
Pete
yeah.
took it quite well, to be fair. You could
Well, I think he
easily
looked
just
quite
like
tempted.
roll your eyes at him, couldn't you? But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, later on, he's seen like partying up after the gig as well, isn't he?
right, yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it was interesting. Don't think we slagged anyone off there really, which is quite good.
No, I enjoyed it. It's just I found it quite hard to watch at points,
No,
which
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be, isn't it?